Welcome, everyone. Thank you for being here to take the most important step, excuse my voice, you could take for your loved ones, preparing your last will and testament. Today is not about fear, death, or money. This class is about love, clarity, and guidance. Your will is the document that speaks for you when you can't speak anymore. It tells the court, your family, and the world exactly what you want to happen when your time comes. By the end of this training, you'll understand what a will does, why you absolutely need one, no matter your age or wealth, how to complete your will in the iLiiFE app, and how to certify it and properly store it. So let's begin. Let's talk about the why. Why does every adult, every parent, grandparent, business owner, single adult, married adult need a last will and testament? Here are the facts. Only 24 Americans, only 24% of Americans have a will. In communities of color, that number drops to 11% of the 24%, which means only 2% of our communities have a will. Over 98% of families of color have zero legacy documents. We are projected to lose $63 trillion in generational wealth by 2047. And a major cause is the lack of wills and trusts. Probate court costs the average family $3,000 to $6,000, even if they don't have much. And most family fights happen because nothing was written down. Mm-hmm. A will is not for wealthy people, it's for people who love someone. You may not realize this, but you already have a legacy. It could be a house, a car, a savings account, a business, a jewelry box, a laptop, a digital account, or even your own personal items. When you die, every single one of those things goes somewhere with or without your instructions. So the question is, do you want to decide or do you want the state to decide? A will is how you keep control of your legacy. Now let's talk about what a will actually does in every language. A last will and testament gives structure, instructions, and fairness to everything you leave behind. And here's what it covers. Number one, it names your executor. This is the person who will carry out your wishes. They handle your money, home, assets, and instructions. Choose someone responsible, organized, and dependable, and always name a backup. Number two, it decides who receives what. This removes all confusion. You tell the court who gets property, who gets your vehicles, who receives financial accounts, who receives sentimental items, who receives digital items, and who gets business interests. If you don't say it, the state will say it for you, and their choice might not reflect your heart. Number three, it names guardians for children. If you have minor children, this is one of the most important parts. If you do not name guardians, the court will place your children with whomever they believe is best, even if you disagree. Your will gives you the final say. Number four, it gives funeral instructions, burial, cremation, ceremony. These things matter. Families often fight over this, and a will eliminates the arguments. Number five, it gives you a voice. Your will lets you leave messages, values, and instructions so your family isn't overwhelmed or confused. So, what happens if you die without a will? Let's be very clear about this part. If you die without a will, you die intestate, which means the state takes control. Here are the consequences of having no will. The court decides who gets your belongings, not your family. Your spouse may not get everything. Unmarried partners get nothing. Children may be placed with someone you wouldn't have chosen. Bank accounts are frozen for months. Property is often sold to pay debts, and family disagreements increase dramatically. This is why so many families experience heartbreak after a loved one passes, not because they didn't love their family, but because they didn't prepare. So, how to complete your will in iLiiFE? Now, we will walk through the exact steps you'll complete in the iLiiFE app. This process is designed to take 20 to 30 minutes, and it gives you a complete legally valid document. It covers your personal information. You need to have your full name and address, date of birth, marital status. This identifies you as the testator or the person making the will. You need your executor. Choose your primary executor, which is the person who will carry out your will. Then choose an alternate in case the first person can't serve. Then you have beneficiaries. These are people who receive your assets. You'll name each person, describe what they will receive, and then name backups just in case. The guardians for your children. If you have children under 18, you must name guardians. Please choose someone loving, stable, and trustworthy. Then special gifts. These are called bequests or bequests. You can leave you can leave items like jewelry, artwork, clothing, vehicles, business assets, furniture, and anything that is important to you. You can list real property, homes, land, and real estate must be listed clearly on your will. Digital assets, and these include social media, email, crypto, online accounts, stored photos and videos, and digital property. Then you have your funeral and final wishes. You can list your preferences here so your family doesn't have to guess. Now, when you have a will, you fill out all these documents. In iLiiFE, we're going to look at in just a few minutes the steps. Each state has their own requirements. Each country has its own requirements because iLiiFE is international. You can fill out these documents in any country in the world. The challenge here is knowing those requirements. In iLiiFE, we've been able to identify certain countries, let's say, like France, does not accept POAs. So those documents aren't available to citizens of France, but they are available to all Americans because those are valid accepted documents within the United States. But each state has its own requirement. iLiiFE will tell you whether your will needs two witnesses. It will have a space for a notary for attestation because no document is valid or executed, not valid, but executed until you have a notary sign it. Okay, so let's go into iLiiFE and actually walk through the process in the system. Okay, so when you log into iLiiFE, you get access to your dashboard. The legacy board is for anyone who has an organization like a church referred them, and we just have a board to celebrate those organizations. We also have how-to videos that walk you through what each one of these documents are. The referral network is for any professional like a lawyer or CPA or notary service that would like to be available for all users on iLiiFE. Just sign up your business so that they have a referral, even funeral services. My Documents is a document repository which holds all your documents so that you can always go back and either edit them or you can access them. So let's start. All 5 documents are available. Let's start your last will and testament. The first screen will walk you through what you need in order to prepare effectively. It will tell you the items that you need. It will tell the approximate time that it will take to complete this document. And then it will also provide extra guidance on what is an asset, assets. What are assets you can list? Real estate, bank and investment accounts, vehicles, business property interests, insurance, personal property, what types of funeral and burial wishes. So you get all of this information before you even get started on your documents to make sure that you're prepared. When you are prepared, you can just click, I'm ready to begin. As you can see, iLiiFE is a step-by-step application, which will allow you to fill in all of your documents one at a time. So we're going to go ahead and fill out our person's will. Full legal name, home address, your date of birth, and keep in mind, iLiiFE has bank level security, so it's not accessible for anyone else, not even our offices. We we can see that the documents are done, but we can't see the information within them. So once you've filled out the first, for each step, you fill out the information, and then you in advance. You need to identify whether or not you're single, married, divorced, widowed. The reason why this is important, if you are divorced, then you will know that the other person, your ex, if they are the father of your children or have access to any of your, let's say, a business partner, they will also need to be notified and they need to be listed as a part of your family. Overall, if you are widowed, if there's information or things that have been put in uh, in a separate, let's say, safety deposit box at the time for your widow, then you can put that information here so that we know that your family knows that there's information that needs to be transferred forward from your widow. But this person's married. Now, once you've added your spouse, you can also add your children. And their date of birth. You can add as many children as you have, of course, onto your will. Your beneficiary, who will receive, people or organizations who will inherit your assets. In this area, I can say my husband, it will receive 30% of my inheritance, period. It's my spouse. I can put other people. You want this to add up to 100% is part of this, right? My child, and it doesn't have to be percentage this way, that way. You can add them in a different way. Let's say we're going to put Red Cross. That's an organization that you support. You can send money to your church. And let's say you want to give something to your brother. Okay, you can set up everybody. It's different. They have their own fingerprint. This is just for example's sake. It's just a sample. All right, our primary executor. This is the person that is responsible for carrying out your instructions. And in this person's case, it's her brother. And the alternate is going to be a friend. The guardian, You can list a guardian for your child. In this case, is this person's mother, and the alternate is an aunt, let's say. Now, this is where you can list your significant assets um, based upon what the value. So let's say I'm going to list my real estate, right? The primary home located at 230 any street, any town. And that that is the specific of that particular real estate. Doesn't mean I don't have others, right? Another asset type is my vehicle, right? And this vehicle is a 2025 um, uh, let's say a Kia Sorento, only because I can't think of another car. And then you can have investment accounts, you can have your bank accounts. And so let's say you have a bank account, right? And I have a checking account, Wells Fargo, account number, ending in 9657, right? That is so that I can identify what accounts, just being specific as I can, and understand that these are accounts that are not owned by a trust. These are accounts that are owned in my personal name. The last step is identifying your funeral wishes. What are the specifics for your funeral wishes? This person elects to be cremated, um, and follow the cremation. Um, please memorial service at Zion Baptist Church and spread my ashes thereafter in the ocean while on the cruise. I reserved Okay, so those are the wishes that this person says that they want to do. They want, these are the specific preferences for their funeral or memorial service. Once you filled out all of the information, the next step in iLiiFE is it gives you an opportunity to review the document. All of the information that you previously entered so that you can confirm that this, yay, barely, this is what you really wanted. These are your beneficiaries. This was the executor you wanted. This is the information that's specific to you. Now, once you filled in all of this information and you reviewed it, what iLiiFE allows you to do is actually generate a document, a legal document. It will take all of the information that you entered into your steps within the last will and testament window, and then it will attach the legal jargon and the information based upon your inputs and add that as a full legal document for you to be able to then download, get notarized, executed, so that then you can have an executed will and your documents are taken care of. The other thing about what iLiiFE offers is once you've downloaded it and you got it notarized, you can then upload it into your document system and it's always there. It also keeps your document once you finish it, finalize it, so that then you can come back and edit it. So the system is finished processing. And here is your last will and testament, with your information, your family's information, your declaration, your specific requests for your family and your particular wishes. It gives you room to get it witnessed, and it gives you a notary attestation so that once this is done, you have an executed legal document. If you prepare this document and you don't ever get it notarized, it is not valid. You need your documents signed and notarized so that they can be executed. Once the documents have been signed and notarized, once you've downloaded everything's good, you finalize your documents. In your Mind Documents repository, you will see the last will and testament. You can download your draft. You can edit it in the future if you need to, because it is a living document for you. And then you can upload not only your executed document PDF, but you can upload other documents that support your will if you need to have copies of documents or letters even that you want to have uh, associated with your will. So you have everything that you need here stored and available to you to manage your documents. So we've walked through the process, excuse me, we've walked through the process, we've discussed what are the necessary steps that you need to take in order to complete your will. You've seen what is available to you in iLiiFE. And December 31st, until December 31st, iLiiFE is available at 50% off because this is our introductory. So after December 31st, 2025, the price will go up to $250. So we're giving everybody a chance to get all their information in as soon as possible. And get an account as soon as possible. So before we close, I want to leave you with this. Excuse me. A will is not about death. It's about love, clarity, and peace. You are here because you love someone. You are here because you want to protect someone. And today you are giving them the greatest gift that you can give, certainty in a moment of pain. You don't need to be wealthy to have a will. You don't need to be older. You simply need to care enough to prepare. Today, complete your last will and testament in iLiiFE. Give your family love, stability, and peace. And I thank you for being here, and thank you for protecting your legacy.